Hey guys, it's just me, Twisted Tea Tarot. Sorry this is being posted a little bit later today. I was doing some personal things like getting a shot, and then it was Father's Day, so I was celebrating Father's Day with my father and with my family. So I hope you all had a good family Father's Day. So this is just the weekly reading for June 20th to June 27th. So whenever you watch this video, it's applies to your life. It doesn't have it does not timestamp. So if you happen to be watching this, it's just meant for you in that specific moment. You could see this 10 years from now, and it could be meant for you. Which would be kind of fun, actually, and interesting. If you watch this in 10 years from now, can you please comment on that? That'd be freaking cool. Let's just get started. This is the normal reading for the week with spirit and elementals. So let's just see what spirit has to say tonight. My fucking shoulder hurts. Let's see. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. Wasn't that funny? Lean into faith and reflection of faith. My level of faith in the universe, my reflection. So my happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. So are you happy? Because the universe is like a mirror. If you're not happy right now, then you're not reflecting back to the universe what you need in order for them to bring you what you need. But then your faith is also in the universe, is also connected to your happiness. Knowing that whatever is meant for you is coming for you. My happiness is a direct reflection of the level of faith in the universe. So being happy, being in that happy state is reflecting to the universe your faith in it. That unwaverable knowing that what is meant for you is coming for you, even if everybody else around you is telling no, you know. The more you lean into this faith of the universe, peace becomes real, because you know you're at peace that you're letting go of the things that aren't meant for you, and what is coming for you, you know that it's coming for you, and it's also being in that moment. In this moment, you have unwavering faith that the universe is going to make your dreams happen, even if it doesn't seem like it's happening. And I want one more card for that, for just kind of what the theme is for this week. Like, even if it doesn't seem like nothing's gonna happen, they want you to believe in it. And sometimes when you start questioning if it's even real, that's when they're about to show up. So don't lose faith. I feel my way into faith. So this week's theme is really about faith. I feel my way into faith one step at a time. So it's like one, and the universe is forgiving too. Like, it understands that you're not going to be in this constant faith, this constant state of being in faith, right? So like, you might have a day or half a day, and you might be okay, and then you might kind of feel that you can't believe in that right now, and then it goes back and forth, but you're still leaning into that. You're still putting that energy into it. And the universe, like I said, is understanding. I don't think people realize that you don't have to be like always in this like faithful state and hopeful state and this inner knowing state of the universe, because that's not life. Like, you need to be in the state that you really do unwavering believe in the universe, But that's also not realistic. Like, we're here for a human experience, and it's also acknowledging those emotions that we have so within us as they come to be. So if you're in a moment where you're just feeling a little bit angry at situations, it's okay to sit within that emotion and feel that emotion. And just let yourself feel, because that's what's going to kind of lead you. And also not getting up down on yourself when you don't have always this moment that you're believing in the universe and spirit and what they're going to bring you. And it's okay that if you don't feel that faith all the time, that I'm getting this weird emotion where like someone's getting down on themselves because they're not always in this belief that the universe is bringing them what they're asking. Like, they're just not believing in the universe, and then they kick themselves. It's like someone's almost like punishing themselves because it's like, oh, well, I didn't believe in this, in the universe, in this specific moment, so now it's not going to come anymore. Spirit wants you to stop that. That's also not how it works. Like, it's okay if you don't feel that all the time. You don't have to be this hot shit all the time. If you happen to be a hot mess for a couple of weeks or not too, that's okay too. And also too, if you're just not feeling things right now, that's okay. Don't bang yourself on the wall about it, but go with the flow, right? Like, sometimes it's just what you need to go through. And some spirit understands that. The energy is also really weird as fuck right now. So spirit also understands that the energy is all over the place, and you're just kind of getting through it, and you're going with the flow. And you're just flowing with it. The harder that you fight the energy around you, the harder it is on you. Like, when you push back, it's like trying to put something that's floating on top of water, pushing it all the way down to the bottom. Like, the harder you push, the harder it pushes. The more you push it down, the harder it pushes back on you. And it's just kind of hang out. And don't push. Don't try to control. Just take it day by day. So that's the first message from Spirit. Isn't that funny? I didn't really feel like reading this, and now it's starting to feel like a pretty good reading. I'm just feeling a little bit tired today, but something told me I just needed to do this. So what else does Spirit have to say to us, Spirit? To our spirit guides, guardian angels, archangels, beloved for the loved ones and ancestors. Many vibrational beings meant for us vibrational good. What do you guys have to say? That's what I say every time I do a reading. I don't know why I don't do it in my YouTube ones. Okay, what do they have to say? Break the chain. Ancestral patterns. Healing. Rewriting the future. So I think it's just really funny that all out of all the days in the year, this card's also coming out today on Father's Day. And I hope everyone had a really good Father's Day. But it's funny that it's coming on Father's Day, because it's just like everyone has grandfathers and great-grandfathers and great-great-great-grandfathers. And it's just, those are all connected to those are all our ancestors. And sometimes days like this might make you feel that like you might just see what you've received from people and what you haven't. And there's a lot of positive things that also you receive from people. I don't like to just focus on people always focus on the negative from your ancestors, but there's also a lot of positives that come from your ancestors too. And another thing too, it's just like, there might be darker situations right now regarding ancestry kinds of things, but that doesn't mean that it's all bad and that it's never going to be good. You can fix that right now. You have the power to fix that in yourself right now, in your specific branch of the tree, right? Like you can end it all. It's also not about what makes you like them. It's also about what makes you different from them. How are you different? Why are you in this spot right now, in this moment, in this time of the world, with everything that's happening around us right now? Why are you here? It's all about healing. This world needs a lot of healing right now when it comes to how we treat each other. And there's a lot of other people in their families that are hurting right now. I'm not going to say there's with it goes with world events, if you're not with all sorts of things. Why do we have this need to control everything around us, right? Those are all things that we receive from our ancestors. And I feel like this has really plateaued this year, and the universe is finally like, okay, like you guys have been doing the same cycle over and over and over again. And it's not just with your ancestry and your neighbor's ancestry. It's like it's like everything is intertwined together. And why I'm getting like, why do people not want to better themselves? That's why you're here in your specific line, right? Like is to shine that light about, well, we need to start moving forward in a different way, on a different path, because how we're doing it right now isn't good, right? So it's all about healing. We need to break that chain. Okay, let's get some Moonology cards. What do you have to say? What do you guys have to say? The end of a tough cycle. Fuck off. Fuck you, Spirit. Sorry. Sometimes I like to say fuck you, Spirit. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn, y'all. What the fuck? We literally have a full moon in Capricorn coming up like next week. Like I think on Saturday the 26th is when it's happening. What the heck? So if you're a Capricorn right now, or rising or moon or anything, that you might be really feeling some things right now because you're a Capricorn. I feel like this reading is somewhat also for me right now. I'm going to say that, but like, because I am a Capricorn, there's a lot of crazy shit like, I feel like shit's gonna just go crazy. Okay. What other card do I want to get? Oh my goodness. Circulus root perception. We're always spiraling over and over and over and over ourselves over again, constantly. When we get to one end, we start all over again. That spiral. It just spirals over and over again, and it spirals out. What was in the past spirals out. You have no choice but to let whatever is at the end of that other spiral go. Of that spiral go. Perception. I feel the need to read this book. We're just gonna do that. Sorry, guys. I'm the captain. I'm the captain. Just kidding. I'm the captain of this ship, and I want to read it. The spiral dancer moves with her own rhythm and stops to the music only she can hear. She takes you on a path that is winding and circular. She assumes that what you're experiencing as a setback is really part of an upward spiral. Perception is everything. You're not retracing your steps or going backward, but rather around and up. She says that you can be comforted knowing that your path is one of success, adventure, and experience. Follow her for her chances along a magical way. If you're asking for a relationship, keep on dancing and the magical soon happen. Also, it's okay to allow someone else to take the lead at this time. Make sure to let others know that you're open. Always remember that the relationships are mirrors and will show you the past, present, and the potential future. All relationships have destiny. Each is a spiral teacher and valuable lessons to share, even if it appears that two of you are dancing in different directions. All the steps are perfect, even when you seem to be stumbling. The spiral dancer is a reminder that destiny's true path is seldom straight. So, I feel like this relationship has to do with yourself. It has to do with, like I said, your ancestry. I feel like it's also to do with your physical surroundings. Sorry, I'm just drinking water while I do this. Capricorn's all about, it's connected to Saturn. Which is like, for me, boundaries, just destruction, stability, structure. How's your world structured? An interesting thing about Capricorn I read is that Capricorn's one of the only other ones. The other one is Cancer, that is both a land and a sea animal. And that if Capricorn spends too much time on earthbound kinds of things, they forget how to be in the water and how to trust their intuition and to go in the flow. And they're actually quite a spiritual zodiac sign when they can tap into that water part of themselves. But they are technically an earth sign, but there's a watery kind of part to them from the energy that I get. That's why they have that tail, because they can go back and forth between the two of them. So there's something to do with a relationship right now where it's like you're both doing two different steps, two different dances, and it's just time for you to maybe let something go. One final kind of message from Spirit, because it's already 17 minutes, but I feel like they really wanting to say something about it. The courageous peony, multifaceted, unique nature, let yourself be seen. So it's like coming out of that hole, coming out of that darkness. Don't let people or things tell you otherwise in your life. So I'm just trying to find my animal cards there. I found them. Okay, let's just see what they want with the animals. And it's not to say that you're not grateful for the things that you have. I feel like there's someone really caught up with gratitude right now. And it's just like, if you're wanting to move away from a situation, a relationship doesn't necessarily have to be with people. It can be a work situation. It can be a physical situation that you're just dealing with. It could be like literally where you're living. Like, you could have a relationship with your house that maybe that's just not working anymore. And that's connected to the buffalo, which is number 1. So gratitude. You can still be grateful and want to move forward with your life. Being grateful and then wanting to move forward with your life doesn't mean that you're not grateful. It just means that you want to better yourself, and you want to move forward with different things that are more meant for you, or that are more in alignment for you, right? You might be grateful for the lessons that you received from whatever situation you are, but that doesn't mean that you're any less grateful. It's just you recognize that sometimes it's like, okay, I'm doing a completely different separate thing, and sometimes it's just time to go. And it's not that you're not grateful for things that were given to you. It's literally sometimes outgrowing a situation. I'm getting like you've outgrown a situation, and sometimes that's okay. So Someone is trusting their intuition. You know this. You know you can feel this, but you're kind of fighting it. Like, you're in that Capricorn kind of energy where it's connected to the devil, Capricorn, to be honest with you. And sometimes it's really hard to cut those boundaries, and you're starting to tap into your true authentic self, authenticity, right? And you're just being honest with yourself that you're not happy. And people think that being grateful, that means that you're automatically happy. But it's just like, you can be grateful and still be unhappy. Like, you can still be grateful, but still not completely satisfied with who you are in your life, right? Like, but it's still being in that grateful presence. Where is your presence? Are you presently here in this moment, in this time, right? Are you in harmony? You have presence. Stingray and the swan. Presence. What is your energy? How is the energy? What's the energy like in this situation? Is it bringing you harmony? If it's not bringing you harmony, trust your intuition. Start planting those things that you need to do in order to get out of that situation or place, or broadening your horizons, right? Oh, what the hell? Let's get a third one. Let's get a sixth one just to even it out. Oh, my goodness. Oh, gosh. I was talking to somebody the other day, somewhere, and it was just really freaking funny because a spider literally came in between the two of us. So, Dreamweaver, with the dreams that what are you weaving for yourself in your world, right? So, you are this Dreamweaver. You can create this new web for you to catch things on. That's really pretty. Every time I think about that, when I see spiders all the time, I always have to save them because I'm like, oh no, it's the Dreamweaver. It's dreaming. We're weaving our own dreams, right? When the spider's web, wherever she makes it, is destroyed, does she try to make a web in that same spot where it was destroyed? No, she generally just goes on and makes a new one, or something destroys it. She also can tell. Spiders can also tell when it's time to make a new web, right? Because sometimes webs are old because it's caught a bunch of bugs and it's caught a bunch of this abundance. Sometimes it's time to make a new web, right, in your life. So that's what Spirit has to say, just for overall for the week. Okay, let's see what water has to say this week. What does water have to say? What does the energy of water have to say? Align your life. What is not aligned needs to change. Because that intuition card already came out. I already know that you guys out there needs to trust your intuition and what it's telling you. You know something needs to shatter, like that girl's face. You know it needs to shatter. You know that you need to take your web building abilities and go somewhere else where you're maybe feel more wanted and appreciated, or you can do your thing and be less disturbed. Confidence is the key to success. You know whatever you're good at it, right? So move on to the next phase with confidence, knowing that whatever is in that void is meant for you. Water your garden, nourishment, body care, tenderness, rest. So nourish yourself. Put yourself first, and only you first. And it's not to say that you're not helping others along the way, but you're the main actor, actress in your movie. Like, you're the star of your life. So if you're not taking care of yourself, who's going to take care of you? Right? So sometimes everybody else around you might not understand why you're moving on to something else, but confidence is your key. You know what's best for you. Wisdom. Power of the divine, the well watcher. You have this inner wisdom. Wisdom to me is kind of intertwined with intuition. You are wise and you know what is right for you and how to move on with things. Water is also flowing. And that's funny that the well watcher came out, because this well, there's also an owl here, which is really weird because there was an owl that came. So guys, this is lining up. Like, there was an owl that came out. With spirit, there's an owl. Trust your intuition, 7. So when you're looking in that well, what do you see? The power of the divine, right? The depths, it's deep. Like, I want to read this well watcher. Sorry, I keep wanting to read from this book. Okay, 7. And it was the last one we had was 5. The well watcher signals the need to go within, contemplate in the true source of power in the world, which he reminds you is that of the divine. This is the message to let you know that you are being called to the well, and this unseen power will be there and will be yours to align with. This is an affirmation and power, and a prayer will invite the divine to bring miracles and resolution to your life. Thy will be done through me for the highest good of all and for the true manifestation of my purpose. You will know the way forward by the still small voice within. The divine also may power you to call by sending others to help you, guide you. The challenger, the well watcher, comes to let you know that you have run out of steam. Self-will alone isn't enough to make things happen. All cannot be yours at this time. If you feel that you're going to nowhere, it is because you're meant to stay put. Willfulness can lead you to becoming like a full bull in the china shop, creating havoc as you push forward. Remember that the sacred source, creative source of the water is in the well. Drink some, be still, and contemplate the true origin of power. It isn't you. So drinking deeply of the wisdom of the divine, and listen to the beautiful music playing through your life. When you made conscious contact with your higher power, you can move forward again, replenished and renewed. This is also an important time to restore harmony in your relationship, since you may be temporarily out of tune with one another. If there's a power struggle between you, remember that the only divine has the true power, and you won't feel the need to struggle anymore. So I feel like there's a weird, like I said, there's a weird struggle going on with relationships in your life, and you feel it, and you're trusting your intuition. Spirit is also saying too, I feel like with that challenger, you're not necessarily meant to stay put. You're not meant to also just like pick up your stuff and just leave this very second. There has to be some wisdom and a little bit of discernment here, right? Like, but what do you actually see within yourself? You might feel like this situation holds all this power over you, but actually it doesn't. And that you have no choice but to stay in this situation. But Spirit's also saying you don't. Start focus, and that's why it says take time to nourish yourself and rest. Water your own garden. But that also means literally, it doesn't necessarily mean rest. It means focus on your own garden. Stop focusing on whatever situation you're in, because that's not going to get you where you want to go, right? You're giving your power away to a situation of some sorts or a relationship. Let's get some tarot. Yeah. Knight of Swords. You're just having a hard time. The Queen of Swords. Setting boundaries. The Fool. Taking a leap of faith and heartbreak. This is going to lead you somewhere where you're going to find more, like you're going to find healing. You're going to take this leap. You're going to start something new. You're communicating, you're setting boundaries with people, but it's also that you're also cutting away certain situations that aren't serving you. She has her sword ready to go. Do you keep, like, I'm getting this queen. It's like, keep telling me what to do. You can keep telling me what to do and what's right for me, but eventually I'm just going to slash you and I'll determine when that's going to happen. And there's some queens out there where are like, nope, fuck you off, bitch. I'm done with that shit. But you're also having a hard time creating like a plan and getting control over your thoughts as this. And that's where I'm getting, like, you're in this Queen of Swords. Like, you're very communicative. You know your own boundaries. You're not willing to, you're patient, but it's also like you're having a hard time seeing the whole plan and how to move forward with your ideas as this knight. Like, it's kind of interesting. So that's kind of it for water. Or let's get some animals for water and then we'll get some advice. Inspiration. What's inspiring to you? Oh, fucking all hell. Nurture. Take time to nurture yourself. And look around you as inspiration. So let's keep this. It's the divine. It's the two pairings of it. The peacock and the peahen. Celebration. Celebrate where you come from. Okay. Sensuality. That's like tapping into the pleasure within your body. Are you getting pleasure out of this situation? There's an opportunity, right, for you to make a change. I feel like this knight too, this Knight of Swords, he's having a hard time seeing the opportunity, the joy. So joy and grace. So leaving a situation, finding the joy, but also leaving with grace, right? Don't being too like aggressive. Let's get some advice from Spirit. How can we use water? Star, the silver energy of the star brings good luck and serendipity. So I'm looking at the stars. Getting grounded. Ask the element of earth for grounding, stability, strength. And we'll get a third one. Or two more. Prosperity. You're headed towards prosperity. Prosperous business. Riches and success. I'm also getting, that's also another confirmation that's like you already are prosperous and you're grateful, but it's okay to want more. Felix Feliculus. Power symbol to create lucky serendipitous events. So you could write the symbol everywhere to help you create your spells and stuff. This reading is getting kind of long already. Sorry if the other signs don't seem as long. Okay, let's see what's going on with air. Okay, Akasha, your guidance is divinely guided. So you're being divinely guided at this time by Spirit. With your thoughts. Pay attention to your thoughts. Adjustments are required. Oh, that's interesting. The void, like I said earlier, stop, embrace winter. Great cosmic womb. You might be running this I'm being brought back to that Knight of Swords where you might be running around. This knight is kind of lost. Like it's more, but it's more like you are this queen. You know what you want, but you're having a hard time kind of finding the right path, if that makes sense. You're not alone during this time. Isolation, physical connection, community. So asking your community for help. I don't know why I pulled out the void card, but something told me to. The camel boy, small steps, asking for help. Yeah. So literally I just said asking your community for help. Asking the people around you for help. Which is something I have a hard time freaking doing myself. So you're not alone with that. So I'm getting, like, that's what the adjustment is that you need to make, is like, when it comes to your ideas in your mental kind of space, asking for help. Like, you might be feeling lost, but that's okay. It's okay to ask for help from others. Let's see what the animals have to say. Transformation. This is meant to transform you. I'm really getting to the void. Like, you might be really overthinking things a lot. And that's what's kind of causing you to not have a clear thinking process as that Knight. Sensitivity. Like, you're really sensitive to things right now. And I feel like your mind is, like, everyone's mind's just going everywhere right now. Grounded, get grounded. Just back to those cards from water. Someone is really in their headspace, and that's what's kind of setting people up, like getting people, confusing people, is that you're really in your headspace and you're not grounded. So when you're not grounded, sometimes it's hard to understand those thoughts because you're not in a grounded place. In order to actually properly understand what those thoughts are telling you, if that makes sense. Like this Knight, I keep being brought back to that Knight. Like this Knight usually has a clear, like you are this queen and you are patient and you have these boundaries, but you're kind of just running around like this. People are making you go all over the place and running around, and you're very confused as what is right for you right now because you're having a hard time getting grounded. Compassion, having compassion for yourself. Someone's really beating them. Someone's really beating themselves up and really in their headspace. Change is coming. Like you have to make an adjustment. That's what needs to happen too, is that you need to make an adjustment in your life because dudes, you're not in a good spot, right? Like you feel it, right? Like you're very sensitive to things. Okay. What do we need to get grounded about? Like, someone's really in their headspace and they can't find their strength. They can't find their power. They're having hard. You're going to see through this lie though. You're seeing through it. You're starting to see it. Someone might be, a King of Wands might really be really abusing. I don't feel like this is you. Abusing their power, and that's what's taking your power. Ten of Cups. You're moving towards happier times, and I feel like getting another card. What's this King of Wands about? I'm curious about this King of Wands. Yeah, so there's some kind of masculine energy that came out, and it's funny that it came out upright because this king is not upright. I'm getting that you need to protect yourself against this king because someone is trying to throw you off your game, right? Someone is trying to keep you, someone wants to keep you in this lie. Someone wants to keep you in this spot of not feeling your power, right? Because of who you are, right? You're a very compassionate human being, and people don't want you to be like that sometimes. And this King of Wands is doesn't want you to be like that. It could be a person. It also could just be the inner overall energy of a situation. So that's what this overall situation is. And then, so this is what I mean. Like, there's definitely a divine feminine energy coming in these days. But Spirit also wants you to realize that you are this emperor in certain situations, like to tap into that emperor energy, being logical and protective, like in protecting your power, right? Like, this king is just sitting here and he's like, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you, King of Wands, come at me? And like, I'm the fucking emperor. You might be a king, but I'm a fucking emperor. And then this guy's like, well, I just have to keep people down because I'm better than you and stuff. It's like, well, are you really better than me if you're trying to make me feel like fucking shit? Like, that's literally like how the energy to get into is like, come again, like this fucking emperor. This emperor you don't want to fuck with this emperor because he's gonna come at you. Like, if you're being a fucking asshole, this emperor's gonna come at you. It's Aries energy. There's also Leo energy too. So there's a bunch of fire, air, which is the Two of Swords, and water. So you're moving here to happier times. There could be some new relationships also coming in with a person that is an emperor. I'm also getting so that's just it. Let's get some advice. That was interesting. That was interesting. Protection. Fuck. See, what did I fucking tell ya? Protection. You need to protect yourself from this motherfucker over here. Oh, I'm sorry. This is for YouTube. I'm sorry, YouTube, if you don't like my swearing. So you can write this on you. I like to use henna actually and write runes on me. I might do this myself. Strong protective magic for family and the home. So someone's just really trying to keep you off your fucking game. They don't want you waking up. They don't want you getting into your power because if you get into that emperor, there's change. You're there to bring fucking change. On target, follow your ideal life path. So what's your ideal life path? What are you here to do? What are you here to do, booze? Think outside the box. Breaking bad habits. Self-acceptance, excellent mental health, and letting go of vices. Yeah, so you're in a situation where you're letting something control you too much and you're focusing too much on one specific thing. Perseverance. You're going to get through this. The motivation to keep going despite all odds, right? So I feel like, so the advice here is on target. Like, you're on target. Follow your ideal path. You also, I'm really being really drawn to this card, guys. Do something protective, like have a cleansing bath. Do some cleansing, some protective magic. Maybe look up some affirmation to help you break those old habits and to not focus on your thoughts so much, right? So if you start having these thoughts creep in your mind, I want you to think that, like, I want you to acknowledge it, but then also be like, that's not true. And like, it's just not true. And then and then say something that's completely true, that is not, that reinstates your power, right? Like, you could literally be like, I am powerful. I am in control. It could also be like, I call back my power from all dimensions, timelines, and past lives, I call back my power. Just in those simple phrases, right? If you're dealing with someone who's trying to take your power. So that was for air. This is very long, guys. So that was for air. So let's see for what's going on for earth. Don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Someone's holding back, like big time. Like someone's just like, someone is also kind of scared to fucking come out and be their true self with people. Loosen your grip, coping mechanism, density, addiction, let God in. Partnership, but there's something going on. Partnerships doesn't necessarily have to mean romance, but it can be partners around you, right? Loosen your grip, coping mechanisms. What is, like, who are you surrounding yourself with? What else is going on? This is for fire. I said, heard it in my head, guys, and I honestly did. I thought I said it, but it's for fire. I think it's for fire. We did earth. We did water. We did air. And this is fire. Look at the bigger picture. Full moon in Sagittarius. I want another one of those ones, apparently. Hold your vision. Keep holding your vision. I feel like also, too, with fire, relationships, passions, there could be something coming in. A very passionate density, addiction. Let God in. Somebody wants a partnership in a romantic way, but the problem is someone is dimming you're dimming your light to fit in. In order to attract this person, you need to come out of that, right? Addiction. Let God in. Loosen your grip on things around you. Also, to loosen your grip maybe on who you see yourself with, right? Like, don't be so trying to control who you're gonna loosen your grip when it comes to partners, right? Like, don't try to control everything with that person. Let it kind of happen. Let it happen organically, but it's also like maybe your standards are also too high. I'm getting too coping mechanisms, addictions, density. Look at the bigger picture. Hold your vision. So there is a little bit of romance going on here. Hold your vision for that person that you want. Look for the bigger picture. Like, I'm also getting that you're also stupid. You're lowering you're dimming your light because you're just trying to find somebody, but it's just like, don't dim your light. That's going to bring in the bigger, like, and there's also like not settling, right? So like, if someone can't handle you for who you are, when you're dimming your light, when you're having your light completely lit up, then they don't deserve you. That also being said, this is also something to do with like an actual situation of some sort. You're dimming your light. And that is also a coping mechanism, because like if you dim your light, you're less vulnerable almost, and it's just kind of like you're not letting everybody see who you are, and that's because of like fear, a bit of fear. Um and then like this has to do with people around you, your relationships. Um you could be a Sagittarius as well. Sagittariuses do not dim themselves because of the comfortability of anybody around them. And that's something that's really, it's like, this is who I am. Either you can shut the fuck up or take it or leave it or bye, right? So like, this is who I am. If you don't like it, stay loving, right? Like, it's not about being mean to people or getting in people's face, but that's a coping mechanism. You're dimming your light because you want to just kind of blend in. So let go of that. Look at the bigger picture around you. If you want to attract a really divine partner or other situations, you have to be in that energy. So keep holding your vision. Let's get some. This is for fire. Let's get some. So fire is also about your passion, your creativity, and your like motivation. So essence, wagtail, which reminded me of magpies where I live. So for me, this kind of, if I see a wagtail, I don't have wagtails, I kind of associate it with magpies because that's how they kind of look. Imagination, and passion. Fire is connected to imagination, right? Using your imagination. Have these really big dreams. It's okay to have these really big, outwardly big picture thinking dreams, because that's how the universe would. Don't go small, right? So nourishment. Oh, fucking hell, love. Nourishment. Take time to nourish yourself at this point. Putting yourself first is also a good thing too when you're trying to attract love, because you're going to attract somebody who is also going to take time to also appreciate you, right? If you can't, and help, it's not about taking care of you, but they're also going to give you the, like, if you're nourishing yourself, and the nourishing to me is taking care of yourself, right? And to giving yourself that self-care. If you want to attract, if you want that kind of partner, you have to treat yourself in that same way. Abundance. Creation. So you're creating this really big world. I want to get some tarot. Creation, abundance. More abundance is coming. I also feel like it's attached to love, but some of you don't know it. Like, get those swords out of your fucking backs, you crazy people. Oh, holy shit, guys. Oh my goodness. The death card came out. So this is meant for your transformation. And what was this first thing that came? There was another card that had transformation. That was part of air. So that's funny to me that it also came. So a cycle's ending. The star. We had that other card talking about the star at the beginning. So hope. The star to me is also about, hope. There's hope for this. Yeah, and you're just not, like, you're not taking care of yourself as this empress. You're just kind of like, you don't feel it. You're just kind of like, blah, what's the point? Gaining new perspective. Seeing a different angle with this hangman. Oh my god, this could also be with a Gemini. Star is also Aquarius. Scorpio's attached to death. And you got, I can't remember what the hangman is, or the empress. There's so many of them that it's hard to remember the signs. And the swords is air. The lovers is Gemini. So you might have a big decision. I also feel like there's a big decision that you have to make within your current world. But it also is, some kind of love is also coming into where you have to decide on what, if you want to be with this person. But I also feel like it is for a current, like, you're creating something in your physical world and that something has to end. because something's taking your power away, and you're going to take out your back. You're going to take these swords out of your back this week. And you might not realize it, and even if it happens in a small way, and you might not realize it that specific moment, or even this week, or even next week, right? But you're taking these swords out of your freaking hell. So the more you create on not dimming your light, that's a love charm. You're attracting the right person for you. So really focus on that. The triple goddess, embracing all aspects of yourself, the divine and the earthly. Triple symbol, listening to the divine wisdom and joyfully learning life's lessons. So listening to yourself, listening to your inner wisdom, listening to the spirit around you. Fairy magic, respectfully work with the fairies and elementals to achieve your goals. So what we're doing right now, we're working with the elements of fire. So moving towards your passions, focusing on your passions. Because being passionate is also going to help attract, right? And that's what you're doing. You're dimming yourself. Why are you dimming yourself, guys? Stop it. So that's fire. So working with the elements. I'm starting to get tired, y'all. Okay, let's see what Earth has to say. What does Earth have to say? Warrior woman, have you answered the call, your deepest calling? No. Some of you are like, oh, no. No, I haven't. And you know, you're like, oh, I know I haven't. You want to. Someone wants to, but they just don't know how to. Double mission, light worker, starseed, serve the world by being you. So once again, it's attached to that card at the beginning. Don't dim your light. From the fire. Optimism, being positive, aggressive. Don't be overly aggressive with things around you and people around you. New moon in Virgo, time to give rather than receive. I feel like with this card, there's someone that every time this card comes out, someone's just like, well, I've given so much already, so why do I have to keep giving more? And it's just like, spirit understands where you're coming from, because it's like there's a lot of people around you who have just taken from you, and you're like, why do I need to keep giving? I'm also getting like, how are you giving? You can give in a different way, and sometimes maybe people don't always see it in that way that you're giving, but what you're giving is what is actually needed in that moment, if that makes sense. But it's like, it's not as much as a physical thing. But because you're this double mission, you're this double starseed light worker, right? Like new moon in Cancer, we literally just entered Cancer season. You and your loved ones are safe. Aggressive is like, someone's just really wanting to protect themselves. There's also like, that's where this aggression comes from, is this like, you get time for a gift rather than receive. And it's also like something that makes someone really angry. But I'm also getting with this give and receive, it's just kind of like someone's angry that they have to keep giving, and it's like, you're not receiving. And that might be also what it is. It's the complete opposite of what the card actually says. It's just like, it's time to actually receive opposed to give kind of thing. Or it's just like, why, like someone just keeps going, why do I have to keep giving to this? I'm not getting what I want in return. Like, all I do is work hard for whatever, right? And I get nothing out of it. Like, I get no energy, and it's making someone really fucking angry. Like, Like, that's where this power is coming from. This like someone's taking your power. Where that fucking asshole fucking King of Wands is. It's just like abusing your power. Demand, demand, demand. Give me, give me, give me. And it's just like you're going, well, what am I going to receive from this? What am I actually getting out of this? Like, whatever it happens to be, it's not fulfilling you. It's not fulfilling your calling, right? So it's like a double mission. I'm also getting, if you're feeling that anger towards a situation, that's also part of your double mission, is that they're here to help transmute that energy around you about why some people or situations always seem to be demanding things from people and not always making it equal, right? It's not about just demanding things. And if it has to do with money, it's not just about money. People need to have a fulfillment inside themselves. That's a reason why a lot of people would rather work for less money, and if it's in something that they find really truly fulfilling, because they don't need as much money when you're happy, because you're content with your life and you don't need as much. Money doesn't fix everything. So money doesn't fulfill everything. So I want to get some tarot for this, and then we're going to call it a night after we do some animals. The sun, which is connected to Leo as well. There's a sun in your period coming back. There's the sun. You're going to get to that point. You're going to get to that sun again. You're safe. Temperance, Sagittarius. So that's the second time this, not in the specific element of Earth. Page of Pentacles, coming up with a physical plan. Opportunities, manifestation coming through too. I'm getting, because this bird's literally looking at this pentacle. It's like looking at his physical world around him. He's just kind of pondering what he actually wants, and he's creating a plan in order to bring in this healing and this sun, and how he can get from point A to point B. The pages always, to me, just that, like, they're thinking about it, like they're sitting in that energy about how they get out of it, right? So the King of Wands, and go towards people that are more, who are passionate and caring. Like, Kings of Wands are caring, but they are also passionate, and they're also protective, and they're also going to build you up, right? And you're just having a hard time seeing this coming in, this path. Like, how is it going to come in? Even if you're moving slow, as this page, right? It's okay that you're moving. But so the second time that this card came out. Three of Swords. Healing is coming. Just keep planting those seeds, keep laying those foundations, as this Page of Pentacles, because that's what you're going to move towards as your passion, and you're going to come into a sunny period. And I also feel like this person could also be a King of Wands that's coming in, that's going to bring you a bunch of passion and joy. So what's the advice for Earth? And I'm just going to pull out, I feel the need to pull out some couple of finishing cards. Time to shine. Shine your sun. You're the star, so bright for everybody to see in the darkness. That's your purpose. I feel like people are getting really caught up with the things that are in front of them as that pentacles, and that's what they're having a hard time seeing. They're having a hard time seeing through those physical things. And that's what's making you mad as well. But it's just like your double mission is also here to help transmute people. Like, you're here to help transmute certain energy. You're here to be a light in the dark for people. Right? So it's just like, I'm getting brought to like certain work, like work things, right? Like, so you might be in a situation where it's like, you feel like you're not showing up in a certain physical way for your work. But Spirit wants you to know, even if the people aren't validating you within those physical things, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. Because maybe you need to have certain conversations, and you're kind of here to bring in that kind of balance where it's just like, no, we need to We need to be more conscious of this, right? Like, and everything's just kind of aggressive all over the place. And you're just kind of like, we need to be this caring, understanding kind of. Kings and Wands are fiery, but they also can be quite like supportive of people. Like they're very supportive and they want to support people with their passions and their feelings and their own creativity, right? And Trinica 5, manifesting money and income. So if you like keep pursuing your passions, because that's what's going to bring you this income. Mystic Star. So we also got the star earlier too. So the sun is kind of a star in my opinion. It literally is a star. It's just called the sun. It's called the soul. But harmony in the home and great friendship. So Mystic Star, drawing that Mystic Star. Fire. So tapping into that element of fire heralds new life, renewal, passion, and positive transformation. So tapping into your passions and moving forward to them with that aggression, not in an angry state either, but like that fearsomeness, right? That it's like you see what you want and you're gonna move towards it. Let's just get some closing cards. One last closing message, Spirit, to top this all off. The Great Gathering, it's all coming together into the fit soul tribe. I want an animal card. It's all coming together. Just keep hang. They're like hanging in there, guys. Like they're like, we know this is dense. Like the energy is really dense. But you're trusting your intuition and you can feel something. Community. You're showing up for your community. That's all coming together. One more card. Amusement. Getting into a more fun state, guys. Just kind of brushing, like letting things go and brushing it off and just being like, this is just kind of funny. Like sometimes situations are just really funny because it's just like people don't want to. It's just like find this, instead of being angry at it, be like, this is just really ridiculous and funny that people are doing this, and it's just like you know you can see something, but it's just like you're just thinking it's funny because it's just like like just kind of laugh about it. I'm almost getting like it's almost funny. Like it's like I'm here to help, but then I'm also here for a double mission. It's really funny. And then people don't want to see certain things around you. Just kind of think it's like brush it off. It's funny. It's almost kind of funny, right? It's almost so ridiculous. Sometimes things are so ridiculous that it's just kind of amusing that it's just so ridiculous. I don't know. Anyways, guys, I'm tired. Have a good night. Bye-bye.